We're back with another Cali update, and this story has escalated fast. And if you're new here, don't worry, this is what you need to know. What started as TikTok cleaning videos has now escalated to police reports, obsession, and one accusation that could permanently destroy someone's life. Because this story doesn't just involve Cali anymore. It involves a man who openly admits to being obsessive, who jokes about stalking, and who might not be joking at all. And if you think this is just internet drama, well, wait until we get to what she says she found on his phone. Cali the Flower Girl is known as Spider Lily, and she has almost 420,000 followers, where she mostly posts cleaning videos. And she started TikTok in 2020 with this cleaning content when she was 16. She was living at her parents' house, and you could tell that it wasn't a good place for her, and she would often complain about it.
So basically, if you don't know me, you don't know this, but we had a roach infestation. We still have rats and mice pretty bad, but no more roaches. So all of the white powder that you're going to see in this video is boric acid, diatomaceous earth, and orthine fire ant killer. Obviously, the mice and rats are nesting in the walls, but I'm not sure how they're getting in there. I just know they're taking everything with them. And then there's a common misconception that I'm the only one who lives here. No, I'm the only minor who lives here who will only be a minor for 2 more days. Actually, only like 1 more day now. Turn 18 on the 24th. I had my final visit with CPS today. She was happier to know that she'd probably never see me again than she was for my birthday.
Because of how bad her situation was, people were supporting and appreciating her for, trying and cleaning up her place. People were sympathizing with her situation and even offering help. With one person saying, "I'm going to buy you an AC. Where do I send it? The link, please." And that's essentially how it all started. But over the course of a year, it spiraled into a chronic begging spree. She was always in some kind of trouble, constantly asking for money. On January 2024, her family's house burned down, where she would put a GoFundMe and raise $60,000 to help her parents. And according to multiple people close to her situation, that money never made it to her parents. Other than creating multiple GoFundMes, she often begs for money either for hotels, food, medicine, and even Uber rides. She's also claimed to have a long list of health issues and disorders.
You can't steal money that was given to you, technically. Not even technically, and factually. If money was given to you, you're not stealing it. Y'all donated to me. I spent the money that was donated to me. Thank you. I really don't think I was wrong for that. Maybe don't donate.
And no, she's not stealing, but what she is doing is allegedly scamming, deceiving, and committing fraud. And no amount of excuses is going to change the fact that it's wrong, but she will never admit that.
Do you know what dry begging is? Have you ever heard of that term?
I've heard of people saying that I'm doing that, and I had never fucking understood how I was doing that or what the fuck it means. No.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what dry begging is then, because you are a dry beggar and that is exactly what you do. Okay, dry begging is when you go on to a social media platform like TikTok, like what we're doing right now, and you say things like, "I don't know where I'm going to live next. I don't know how I'm going to afford my rent money. I don't know where I'm going to get my next meal, but don't worry guys, it'll be okay. Also, here's my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. But you don't have to donate to me. But I'm very worried about how my future is going to be."
I understand.
Dry begging is telling people you're in a precarious situation without explicitly asking them for donations.
If that makes people donate to me, I don't know why it does, but okay. And I can say, yeah, I guess I have dry begged.
And notice how she admits it here, but tries to reframe it as something harmless. She had $68,000. $68,000. And now she's online dry begging again. So the real question is, where did that money go? And in this story, it would seem that money keeps disappearing. I like money, don't you? And that's probably why I spend it all. But this year, I'm going to be more responsible and earn money the easiest way possible because I'm lazy. And that's why I'm using Chime, the sponsor of today's video. Specifically, their savings account, because it actually works for you. You probably already have a savings account, but it's not doing much for you. You put money in, you don't touch it, and then at the end of the year, you basically get nothing. And that's why I use Chime. With Chime, your savings can earn up to 3% APY, which is way better than what most traditional banks are offering. And it's actually 7 times more than the national average. Here's a quick example. If you have $5,000 in a typical savings account, then you might earn $20 a year. With Chime earning 3% APY, that same $5,000 can earn you up to $150 a year. So by this time next year, when your dog chews up your heated blanket, you'll have money to get another one. That may or may not have happened to me. Same money, very different results. So instead of your money just sitting there, it's actually growing in the background while you can focus on literally anything else. There are no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements, and setting up just takes a few minutes. I use Chime's automatic savings feature, so money moves over without me thinking about it, which is honestly the only way saving ever sticks. Right now, you can get up to a $350 bonus exclusively through my link. To start earning up to 3% APY, go to chime.com/chat or scan the QR code on the screen. You also get no overdraft fees and your paycheck up to 2 days early with Chime. That's chime.com/Chaz. And speaking of money, she also started selling her spicy content on Telegram and Fansly, where she would say, "Come message me on Telegram to see more of me," or she would lean into her age, saying level 19, hoping to attract more customers by that because, well, there's weirdos that like that stuff. She would make a post saying, "I need a sugar daddy to come to my Telegram. Y'all just can't afford anything. Heartbroke." She would be asked if she was actually happy at doing this. Well, she gave an interesting response by saying, "I just want makeup and vanity. I just want what I used to have. Mental health aside, I'm fighting for a normal life again."
Look at how much shit she has. When all she does is beg for money and make GoFundMes, she doesn't even have a stable place to live. And this is what her money goes to. She hasn't worked a day in her life, and most of her money she has gotten are handouts or from her GoFundMe.
And at one point, she also admits to doing subtle things with a random guy to get a vape.
I got in a little situation with a dude who I accidentally let on, and then I had to, give it to him. He tried to do anal on me. He didn't. He just fucking came on my back.
She's often drunk on live streams or under the influence of some kind of substance where her speech is slurring or her pupils are dilated. She would deny any use of any kind of substance and say that it's just energy drinks.
I hope y'all know the fact that my pupils are constantly dilated. It might be because I drink a lot of energy drinks.
Now, I didn't know this, but apparently energy drinks can dilate your pupils. But given the patterns and everything we know about Callie, I don't think that it's energy drinks. But I'm curious what you think, so let me know in the comments. But her life continues to be in a bad state, and instead of improving it, she decides to double down on terrible decisions. Her most recent being an involvement with this man. He openly admits he gets obsessive, he jokes about stalking, and doesn't deny the serious accusations, but instead he reframes them. He goes by the name Vamp Daddy Evil on TikTok, and even when you go to his Twitter, it gives you a warning when you open up his profile, and don't go there, trust me, it's disgusting. He portrays himself as an evil person who is into age regression, DDLG, and similar fetishes. And most of his content is rage bait. He thrives on provoking outrage and drawing in negative attention. And this is what he posts on his Insta highlights, flexing his predatory behavior. He says, "Hi everyone, I need to clear up the rumors and allegations. It's true. I'm a man in my mid-20s, he's 28, sometimes date a woman who are 18 and 19. I hope you all can forgive me for this monstrous act." And while it's not a crime, it's still weird, and when you align it next to these other patterns that he has, it's even weirder. He would also post saying, "Since it's trending, I'll chime in. I used to hate the DDLG, but after a few relationships with littles, I can now say that taking care of one can be one of the most special and rewarding kinds of romance." He also posted his chats with the girls that he was talking to, and feel free to pause and read some of these if you would like. In one text, he can be seen encouraging a girl to lose weight so she can look petite, where she would say, "I'm high 90s, low 100s right now. I don't know, I'm not allowed to look, but it's awful. I genuinely feel gross. That's fixable." And so essentially he likes to go for the girls that look younger, they're smaller, more petite. That way he has more of that DDLG relationship, which is creepy. And we don't know the exact age of these girls he's talking to, but he often makes indirect remarks that strongly hint that some of them might actually be underage. Where in this post he said, "I love you bro, but for real, you gotta stop talking to kids like I got bail money." People would be confused about this with someone saying he talking about himself? This call is coming from inside the house, talking from personal experience. Yeah, so he's always saying stuff like this, and it's so often, it's like, at this point, you're doing this. That's what it feels like. Some people do stuff like this for so long that they get bored, I would assume, and want to just start showing it to people in public because they feel like they can get away with it because they've been getting away with it for so long. And although his following list is private, he has been noticed interacting with what seems to be underage girls, specifically this one being 14. He would leave a comment on a underage girl's post saying cute. So on the surface, a lot of it looks like rage bait and provoking outrage just to get negative attention to his social media, but there is some evidence suggesting that some of it might be true, allegedly. Another chat shows him talking about forcing himself on a 16-year-old, him sending me grape threats and me clearly stating I was 16, where allegedly he said, I want to make you take every inch. Line that up with a video he posted that said, I love grape, it would make sense that he would say something like this. And whenever someone calls him out for his gruesome behavior, he never denies the allegations, and in fact, his response often reads more like admissions. This person commented, he's into age play, grape, a cheater, and so much more. He would make a post responding to this saying, I've literally never cheated. And he would make another post, and you can read this if you would like, just pause the video, but I don't want to read it. But essentially he said that people can call him all of these terrible things, and the only thing he would deny is that he's not ugly. And then in this TikTok video, he would post a video showing pictures of himself with the song Little Girls, where in this song it says that I love little girls, they make me feel so good. Vam Daddy would claim that underage girls were asking him to groom them, and his response to that is that he apologizes for not being able to groom minors.
Yeah, so I didn't expect this video to kind of, for photos to blow up. 5 seconds in, I already messed up. So I didn't expect these photos to really blow up or get the attention they did. I appreciate it, don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry, I'm not actually in the minds. I'm not going to groom any of you. And I know that sounds crazy to say, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to groom you, but I'm seriously getting so many comments like this. Like, I'm sorry, guys. To know, enough Davi, I think he's still a thing.
He would go on to post this saying, stalking is a love language. In a tweet, he would claim that he didn't mean it as a joke and that it was actually true, which you'd think it would be the other way around. He would be tweeting that it was a joke and it wasn't true. He said, I'm an actual stalker. Nothing came out of the last person I liked, but I was down bad. This is not an act. I have been called out for this numerous times and am actively on an FBI criminology watchdog list as a result with the belief I have or will commit homicide in the future. I don't actually praise it or act like this for humor, lol. I am severely mentally ill and will push away multiple partners through disturbing acts that seem like a good idea at the time. Smiley face. People say they want that because they like the fantasy, but in reality, they effing run. And then he would show what seemed to be a list of court cases against him, where he would say that being a criminal is one of his hobbies. And a while back, his ex-girlfriend went missing, to which he was one of the suspects. Someone will comment saying his ex went missing and he was a person of interest. He says, I hope they find her. He would then say, I will not be clearing up any rumors or allegations. If you think I did it, I probably did do it. And if I didn't, I might. So instead, he would confirm the allegations instead of denying them. And this is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. If you're new here and you like breakdowns that go deeper than surface level drama, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Eric was also involved with a TikToker known as Sick and Pretty when she was still a minor. She goes by the name Ray, a controversial e-girl with her own long history of problematic behavior and online drama. As soon as she turned 18, she made an OF, and Eric followed her right away as if that's what he was waiting for. Here are some of Eric's messages to her when she was underage. He would say, I'm 25 and since you're a minor, I'm not interested. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's simply that I'm not comfortable with anything inappropriate or romantic with a minor. When I'm 18 though, maybe, but that's a completely different conversation. Hit me up in 2 months. I'll keep that in mind, thanks, but I'm in the talking phase with someone and wouldn't want to play around behind their back. Nothing against you, that's fine. And allegedly he would be asking to be in a relationship with with her when she was still 17, saying, at least one of us should be the dumb, pretty one. I do honestly think about a real relationship with you. Getting a house, growing old together, you match me well, and that's rare. She would go on to show her ID, saying, B-Day on my ID, so you will stop saying you've been 17 for 2 years. And when he was confronted on all this, he does what he usually does and doubles down, adding another layer of horror to it. Here are some more messages that he sent her, saying, I can't stop thinking about you. There really is no one else like you. I love spending every minute with you. I want to spoil my little girl. Let me spoil you. I can't get over how beautiful you are. Honestly, it's crazy watching each of our relationships completely fall apart almost immediately. How you have to be dropped by almost every guy. How you self-harm and threaten suicide because people don't pick you right after they get used to you. And then he would state that you need me, Ray. Be a good girl for me. How many more times do you need to get hurt until you realize that? Besides, you don't really want to watch me go balls deep in another woman, do you? And take note at the date here, 5/18/25. Her birthday is April 27th, 2007, meaning that this was just 21 days after she turned 18. In one video, he would explicitly state that he doesn't view Ray as a girlfriend, but rather like a daughter.
I'm going to go ahead and talk about the whole Ray situation. There seems to be a lot of anger, disdain, and misinformation going around everywhere. So I want to go ahead and clear this up. I do not view Ray as a girlfriend. I view her more like a daughter. I view her more like a pet. I really hope this can go ahead and clear some things up for you guys.
Or as a pet. We don't want to leave that part out, right? In one tweet, he would express how he becomes obsessive over people that he's interested in. He would say, dated a 17-year-old at 19, was friends with a 16-year-old on Facebook while 19. Everyone decided that meant I'm a P-word, and now I rage bait, which makes them more mad. The stalker claims are true, though. I 100% get obsessed. There's something wrong with me. I get obsessed with my partner or someone I want as a partner, and I go full creeper. Some people say it sounds cute, but believe me, it isn't. I'd love to be able to say I'm better now, but I'm just better at concealing it and not being as creepy. On 2025, August 20th, Eric would post on his TikTok tagging Callie. He would say, I unironically think I could have a wonderful relationship with Callie the flower girl. I fully believe she could benefit so much from a man like me who knows how to help her. In the second post, he shows a screenshot of a message to Callie. Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I have a 2-bedroom and don't use the other room for anything. If you or your cat need a place to stay, I can pick you up. Replying to a comment that said, shoot your shot, for which he said, I already DM'd her 3 months ago. It would also show that he messaged her on Instagram as well. After DMing her, he wouldn't receive any responses from Callie. So he started leaving comments under her posts. He would say, child's glue, you're so cute. You're so beautiful. I don't care what people say about you. Do you like flowers, little one? Poor little boo-boo bunny. He would even go as far as creating a shrine for her to show his obsession with her. Which would seem like a reference to Callie's Starbucks incident where she passed out, but she said that she was eating a cake pop and passed out from that because she choked on it. But it was allegedly because of inappropriate substances. In that post, he would say, just realize some of you might not be aware of how down bad I am. Taken before we met, she has a BF right now, but give it a month. He then proceeds to send gifts to her, to which Callie would make a TikTok video out of it, where she can be seen showing some of the shirts that he sent her, where she can be seen dressed up in some protective gear, insinuating, you know, what she's grabbing is disgusting. Here in the t-shirt, you can see it's depicting Eric as Jesus and Callie as the lamb, directly referencing to the lost lamb, essentially trying to create the savior-victim dynamic. He would send another shirt, as well as a plushie, and a coloring book for littles, and what she thinks to be a copy of a satanic Bible. And during all of this, Preston was helping her unbox the gifts, which they made sure that that was in the video, insinuating that Preston knew about this. She would go on to claim that she burned all of the gifts. She would say, all of these items have been burned. I do not allow or accept your energy into my life. Sorry, Mr. evil. You should pay my rent and F off because I'm engaged and I am no child. I will not do age regression. I am not the one you want to F with. You may be a Satanist, but I'm a witch. Which is ironic coming from her since she's on Fansly playing into the whole age regression thing in order to get more people to buy. Callie would go on to post a screenshot of his DMs on her Snapchat where he can be seen saying, I thought you were so cute before. I didn't know what was happening. And if I could have done anything to protect you, I would have. I really do want to pursue you. You're absolutely perfect. In her response, she would say, your ex-girlfriend is missing and you're the main suspect. Do not try to butter me up and love bomb me when your heart holds no love. You can never mean anything to me more than a piece of dirt on my floor. He also bought her some items from her Amazon wish list, to which people would think that he was attempting to manipulate her with money. He would post on his story saying, just bought some nice little things, guess who they're sent to. This post would read, dropping money on someone I like means nothing to me. I go above and beyond in every way. Callie knows that, and she knows she'll never meet another man like me. I love knowing that even just for a moment, I can make it so everything is okay. From here on, people were warning Callie about him, saying to stay away from him, and she seemed to be doing that. But then her boyfriend, Preston, got arrested. In fact, it would seem that he was arrested on DV charges. It would say officers arrived on the scene for a mental consumer call where the suspect Preston called because his girlfriend, victim Callie, advised him that she had a plan to kill herself. Officers spoke with victim Callie, who advised officers that she was physically assaulted by her boyfriend. They were arguing about her mental health issues, and once she stated she wanted to harm herself, he pushed her and threw a cell phone at her. Officers observed bruises on the back of Callie's back and her lip, but medical services were refused. Now, regardless of how you feel about her, no one deserves that. So Callie took this as another opportunity to start making some cash online. She would go live, cry about her situation, and try to garner some sympathy points.
How is it fair my boyfriend's in jail right now for kicking my ass last night and telling me that I should kill myself? How is that fair? How is that fair? And I'm over here, I don't have any fucking money, and I have no way to get money. He's in control of all of my payment apps, and he's logged into my bank, and I have no money. Again. What a fuckery, dude. I didn't even press charges, the police did. Bro, hell. Wig is insane, I know, but I feel like I look better this way as far as, spicy posts. But y'all, tell me an app that's not PayPal, that's not Cash App, that's not Venmo, and that's not direct banking like Zelle. Tell me an app I can use for payments, because I need, bro, y'all want to see my fridge? Y'all are gonna see my fridge.
Well, there's multiple things that she could do in order to get food, like get a job or maybe go down to a shelter somewhere and give out food, get food that they hand out. There's always a way if you look for it. But she was milking the situation in all ways possible. She would make a post saying, Preston gets arrested, just trying to make a little money while my BF's in jail, trying to use the situation to get people to go buy her spicy content. And this is where Eric found a way in. He would help her out by sending around $100. And this is the shift, because now the obsessive guy isn't just watching, he's investing, where they can be seen exchanging some text messages where she would say, I just need $20 on Cash App right now. Could you help? So are you trying to get an Uber somewhere, or do you strictly need the money right now? Little one, tell me what you need. And here she screenshots the money being sent. Callie would post this story mocking him, saying when you bought her gas to come see you, and once she gets the money, she blocks you. Help, I need a woman. Vamp Daddy would say, I've been on the phone with her the last 4 hours or so. It's kind of cute how she's been acting like a lost puppy the whole time. Meanwhile, Preston was released from jail but got arrested again for breaking the no contact, to which someone in the neighborhood would record this. And trigger warning, this does involve some terrible noises in a DV situation. And here are the charges to that as well. Eric would address the situation in his Discord, showing concern for Callie. Preston police report got released and people are messaging me about it. It's truly hurtful to see someone asking if this is true when actual police officers were involved, as well as other witnesses that I have been in contact with. There were things like SA, serious assault. She was beat with objects. When she got outside, Preston was trying to drag her back inside by her hair. Neighbors were getting involved. He ripped up a number of her things. Peed on her when she tried to cover herself with a blanket. He was threatening to kill her cat if she wouldn't come inside, and other disgusting things. Lily never lied to me about a single thing in the first report. She was laying down in pain all of last night and was peeing blood. Now notice what he's done here. He's positioned himself as the protector, as the one who understands her, but he's also inserted himself into this chaos. And now he's speaking on her behalf. Please be respectful during this difficult time, regardless if you like her or not. I told you all last night that it was bad, some of the worst things I've ever heard. This is difficult for me as Lily is someone I care about. TV situations are hard to leave and she's been posting signs for a long time now. Well, the thing is that people have tried to step in and help her, but she doesn't take any of it. And there's a lot of emotional, psychological, social reasons, even more reasons that go into that. But at the end of the day, you have to get yourself out of that situation, or at least accept the help when it's coming. And I know it's very difficult to do, and I've never been in one of those situations, so it would be a little bit more difficult for me to fully understand. Callie would post on her Snapchat saying, "Finally, someone treats me right." And around this time, people were speculating that it was Vamp Daddy that she was talking about, to which people would be right. Vamp would post a tweet saying, "We were in a hotel room a few days ago. Her body was so small compared to mine. I wanted to bring her back with me. No worrying about bills or life, just being my pet. She isn't quite ready to leave yet. She wants to keep trying her life right now. But when that ends, I'll be there." Which is really creepy and weird and comes across like he's trying to take advantage of somebody in an extremely vulnerable place. And then later, Kaylee would be seen leaving the place with Vamp Daddy. Preston would also confirm saying, "Not sure where to post this, but it's Preston and I have updates on Vamp Daddy and Callie. Very urgent." He rode in on a bus all the way here, and they left together after her saying she was scared of him, blocked him, then went somewhere else to get away. Then this morning showed up and they left together. She would also take her cat Twinkle, and Preston would be concerned about the cat.
That's also what I'm concerned about, because Twinkle always, like, this place right here is paid. Twinkle has food, Twinkle has litter, it's always clean. I'm always making sure that I can feed her. I was going to DoorDash some food for her here so she could have food. But she took Twinkle to wherever the fuck they're at in a hotel. And I guarantee you that Twinkle don't have no fucking litter box over there. Like, and I don't even know what the hell the plan is or, like, why this is happening. So Twinkle does not have a litter box.
I understand there's concern for the cat, but bro, you just did all this stuff to her, got arrested twice because you were being abusive. Why are you trying to be a good guy now? Around this time, there would also be a missing persons report posted by Callie's aunt, allegedly. Someone claiming to be her aunt posted this in the comments of another post. "Missing person, please share." And the timeline here is a little bit confusing, but this was either posted after Preston's first arrest or his second arrest. One user would say her mom posted it too about 25 minutes ago with the caption, "Please help me locate my kid. She is mentally unstable and does not have her medication." And then there would be a selfie that Vamp Daddy would post with Preston. So the question is, was he trying to troll the trolls or just troll people in general? Because this makes it look like the whole thing was deliberately planned for attention. Literally a collaboration. Commenters would say, "So I'm confused. Preston is just cool with you pursuing his lady? This is definitely a throuple now." And then people would create art. While Vamp Daddy and Callie were together, they posted content. Callie could be seen cleaning his place.
Chris, come with me to clean the infamous Vamp Daddy Evil's bedroom with only Dollar General supplies. We're recycling all of this cardboard. There's like 1,000 fucking pizza boxes. What the hell, man? I don't know what this tool is, but I'm putting it in the kitchen. If y'all want more, there are a couple of...
Vamp Daddy would go on the post, "I love Callie the flower girl so much." And then the post shows Callie on the floor at his feet. And then in a weird turn of events, Vamp Daddy would post a picture on Discord showing Callie's urine. Y'all made fun of me for getting Callie the flower girl a DDLG book that reminded her to drink water, but look how dark her pee is. Clearly, she should have read it. He would also post inappropriate content with her on his Twitter, where a commenter said Vamp Diddy posted a video of him effing Callie on her period. Yeah, gross. Callie and him live together and she's obviously uncomfortable with him. He was being weird, calling her baby, wouldn't stop trying to kiss her and grabbing her face, and at one point he picked her up completely off the floor and spanked her in front of the camera. He then defends her and the way he cares for, or doesn't care for, let's be honest, Twinkle, because people were asking about her in chat. Then he calls us on Reddit disgusting and goes on a tangent about how we're bullying a DV victim. And she has the weirdest reaction to this. Like, she's stunned someone is defending her and is at a loss for words. Literally one of the strangest things I've seen. She clearly already effed up on something, but she starts begging him for more drugs and she starts crashing out because he says no, so they end the live. Callie starts another live crying, probably regretting driving 10 hours away from her family with this freak, and obviously heavily under the influence of pills and probably alcohol too. Vamp walks back to the room and starts telling some random irrelevant story about him to the live while she's crying, then falls asleep on the floor next to her. She keeps crying and reading comments for a while until the live freezes and ends. And this is the live stream that post was talking about, and it doesn't look good.
Sorry, I know it's probably not exactly what you guys wanted, but she's going through a hard time, of course.
And I'm mad at you.
Oh, what did I do? Oh, yeah, the wig.
No, just that.
What else?
Where's my bottle?
That? You're not getting it, I'm sorry.
What?
No. Because one more is going to turn into one more, and you know that.
No, it's not.
That's exactly what you would say if I didn't let you drink.
Eventually, she left him and called the cops on him because she allegedly found CP on his phone, to which Eric was taken to the station for interrogation.
What she had told the police was even more than what I was told. She had apparently told them I have content on my phone and that she had seen this content involving something that, let's just say, has the same initials as Cyberpunk. You know, C and then the other one, yeah. Which I want to say flat out, absolutely disgusting. I never have been interested in that, never will be interested in that, and never was interested in that. The police don't find anything like that on my device because there's nothing like that on there. And I have no idea why she would ever say something so heinous. But ultimately, she leaves me no choice now. For my own safety and well-being, having someone do and say something like that when they're trying to honestly just get free things out of the police officers for free resources for a motel room, it's disgusting. And you know, I understand Callie hasn't had the easiest life. I cannot put myself in danger in that way with somebody who's going to be trying to ruin my life with actions like that. And yes, things like that can 100% ruin somebody's life.
Phone is actually a work phone that I'm supposed to have on my person at all times. And of course, when they find out why it was taken from me, they're not exactly too happy, even though it wasn't true. And even though the phone was returned to me, in the situation, they just decided to place me on leave. And yeah, it is what it is. I'm not happy about it, but all I can do is try to move forward.
I lost my job. I lost my place. I'm living out of my car now. How awesome, right?
Now that's a serious claim. An accusation like that doesn't just disappear. It gets the police involved, and it can and did cause somebody to lose their job, whether it was truthful or not. But I will say that Vamp Daddy did not help his situation by posting all of the stuff that he did. And so the same old patterns would begin. She would willingly put herself in compromising situations. And when things turn on her, she's online crying, asking people to come help her. She's done this multiple times with Preston. He abuses her and puts her out on a cry for help. After a while, she goes right back to him and the cycle keeps repeating.
My phone is on 8%. I'm at 51 Park Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. If anybody could come, because I've already called the police and it's been over 20 minutes and they're still not here. If anybody could come and help me not be stranded in the freezing fucking cold because it's raining really bad, please help, because I just lost all my money. He just fucking took $600 from me. I know it's crazy for me to put my location out like that, but I am sitting in front of Overdraft Dress for Less right by Five Below, by Plato's Closet.
But But at least she did block Vamp Daddy. Vamp would make a post saying I woke up blocked after everything I did, talked about, and promised. I'm not mad at them for it. Nobody needs to apologize. I've always been patient. I've always been forgiving. I've always been reassuring, but I'm tired. I'm tired of being crazy. I'm tired of being the unrequited love. I'm too obsessive. I'm a stalker, and stalkers aren't good. I've tried getting better. I've tried being the best person possible for whoever I'm with, but I have a few screws loose. I wanted to be the most important person in the world to the person who was the most important for me. I can't keep going through this cycle. There is no getting better for someone like me. There is only more discomfort that I'll cause. At this point, it's best for everyone if I was gone. Even after she left him, he was still talking about her and posting about her because, well, he obviously needs something to stay relevant and get views. Essentially, to me, and I think to a lot of other people, that's what this whole thing was about. And probably somewhere in between, the line got blurred and some serious things did occur. One of his tweets, he says something super unsettling. He would say, to be honest, in addition to wanting to F her, another thing I wanted to do with Callie was cut her and drink her blood, and she was down, but I talked to her about it. One of her medications had effects on blood thinning and making it difficult to stop bleeding, so I decided we wouldn't do it for safety reasons. He also mentioned about this disturbing fantasy on Twitter as well, wondering if you could consent to serious bodily harm. After leaving Eric, she planned on moving back to Tennessee. And that's when she posted this. It was Twinkle, and she said, I have 2 hours to rehome her. To which Twinkle would get rehomed and was in safe hands. Callie would confirm this by saying she's been rehomed. I'm effing broken, but I know this is for the best. And here's a video of the owner posting a video showing the cat. Cat looked happy and clearly healthy, so everything was going good. But that was until Callie wanted the cat back. Callie would say, thank you for the Twinkle updates. When this case is over in Tennessee, I'm going to come back and get her next month. Is that okay? I'll pay you for your time and care. I'm just terrified people are going to make you keep her from me since we didn't agree on that. Because we both agreed I'd come back to her, get her. I was never bad for her. I would say thank you for reaching out, but I'm not comfortable returning Twinkle, and I do not think it's in her best interest. Twinkle is my whole life. I'm a wreck without her. She loves me. I don't want to lose another animal. Please have mercy. Now, she could be lying, saying that she cares deeply about the cat, or she could be telling the truth, and she could care about the cat, but not know how to take care of the cat and herself. The issue here is that she needs to learn to take care of herself before she can ever take care of another animal. It's clear that she didn't know how to properly care for this cat, because in one video, you can see the cat roaming around her as she's picking flowers, and the cat is doing what looks to be like eating some of these flowers, which are toxic for the cat.
I did those. And here is a Twinkle invasion. Now I'm going to be ripping the leaves off the hydrangeas. They don't look too pretty with the leaves on them in bouquets, I'm sorry. But that's just my opinion. A little more hydrangea trimming. And now we're ready to make arrangements, because we're all done here.
Now, it is hard to say if it actually did eat the flowers there, but the point is that she wasn't paying attention to the cat. She didn't have the cat in another room away from this, because that can kill a cat. And when I got Randall here, I had to get rid of a lot of plants because he loved chewing on plants. And I liked my plants, and I didn't want to get rid of some of them, but I had to make a decision. If I'm going to keep this cat, then I got to make sure I'm responsible and get rid of the plants or the cat. Now, specifically with that plant that she had, it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and some may develop oral irritation, as well as lethargy. And in some cases, some plants are so bad that they can be fatal. And she also had on her wish list a red spider lily, which is actually another toxic plant. People would ask, is she trying to kill the cat or what? I don't think she cares. That cat equals sympathy, views, and money. And she's had a dog before that passed away, and there was a similar situation where she used the situation in order to get views and money. On one occasion, Twinkle was locked in a storage unit. Watching her crash out live on Clapper, her and Preston are fighting, and he said, you're the one who left Twinkle in a storage unit dying. She even goes on to say that she plans on to go to court to get her cat back, saying, I don't care, it won't hold up in court. I'm gonna fight for what I love. And she really cared about the cat. She went and got rid of it the first chance she got, because she only got rid of it so she could get on the bus. Callie only gave up Twinkle because she couldn't bring her on the bus. Unfortunately, for those who are proud of me, I'm getting her on my court date. I have to come back here to prosecute. She literally only gave up Twinkle because she couldn't bring the cat on the bus. The cat became an inconvenience that stopped her from being able to go home, so she left the cat, and luckily for Twinkle, it looks like she at least went to a good home. Callie didn't do it because it was the right thing to do or to start process of being a better person. She did it because she needed to get on the bus. Soon after this, she was looking for another cat to adopt. Anybody got any baby kitties for sale? I'll gladly take them off your hands. I just lost my baby to a woman who claimed she would only babysit her. One post would show that they were giving away cats, and Callie can be seen commenting saying near Memphis. Somebody would make a post in one of these cat rescue groups warning everybody about Callie. Hey guys, just a heads up, if a girl named Callie joins and starts looking for a kitten slash cat in general, please do not let her have one. She is a very unstable girl and cannot provide a stable home for any animal at all, let alone herself. On January 30th, Vamp Daddy would announce that he was homeless because of Callie.
Probably a long shot, but if you could stay to the end of this video, it would mean a lot. As many of you may know, I am now living out of my car after losing my apartment and job after getting screwed over pretty badly by someone who I wanted to help out. This person was an addict going through a domestic violence situation. And many people had warned me of what would happen, but I always try to see the good in people, and I'm a very different man behind the camera. And I'm oftentimes too nice for my own good, but now how nice I've been has actively screwed me over. I made a several thousand-mile journey, spent so much on gas, and went out of my way to help someone. I got burned pretty bad. I had to give my cats to somebody else, and I hope I'll get them back, but I have to accept there's a chance I might never see them again. Absolutely killed me. I've had them for going on 5 years now. As of right now, I am looking for a job. Even though I don't know if anyone on this app really would even want to help me, I've made a GoFundMe that you can donate to. I've only set the goal to $1,000. I just want to be realistic. I don't really expect anyone to give me anything. Not enough money to get me back on my feet, but it's at least a start. And let me just say, first and foremost, absolutely my own fault. I should have been smarter than this. I should have saved up more money, but admittedly, when I got money, I tried to help other people that were less fortunate than I was. But when I had spare money, I would usually just give it away to other people that I wanted to help out because they were my friends and I wanted to see them do well. And I know how hard it can be to struggle from paycheck to paycheck. I've received comments from people saying that they want to give towards me and that they want to help my situation, and I don't know if that's true, if people are just saying that to take, yeah. But hey, you do actually want to help me on there instead. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that, whoever might be at the end of this video, I guess.
Bam Daddy would go on to make a GoFundMe raising up to $220 so far, where he would say, hello, as many of you may know, I recently took in a girl struggling in a DV situation, and this has stabbed me in the back pretty bad. I've lost my job as well as my apartment, in addition to having been doxxed. I don't expect enough to be spared for me to get on my feet again, but anything helps. Which it's alarming that anybody is donating to this guy considering the type of content he's been posting and the things he's saying that he does. That's why it's always important to be aware of who you're giving your money to and to raise awareness about people on the internet like this. And the funny thing is that he was the one flexing that he had a lot of money, sending it to girls all the time. He would say, I make a lot of money and already have everything I want. By the way, everyone asking how much money I make, $1,400 a week after taxes, $5,600 a month. When I get 4 checks, $7,000 when I get 5. Callie has now tried to rebrand herself with a new profile pic. And she's also deleted all related posts to Vamp Daddy, just like she always does whenever she's called out for controversies. She goes on a deleting spree as if people are just going to forget everything that happened. And she also made a new account. And it would also seem that she was recently arrested, specifically on February 6th, for what commenters are saying is public intoxication. Brother came on and said she was abusing Benadryl. Some people speculating that they highly doubt that it was only Benadryl. At this point, it's hard to tell who's manipulating who, a woman who thrives in chaos and a man who thrives in obsession. Put those two together and this is what happens. So what exactly is this? A victim, a predator, or did two unstable people collide and drag each other down? Because we know this story isn't over. And if you want to support organizations that help real victims of abuse, I've attached a verified RAIN fundraiser to this video.